Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, what's up? My name is vianney.strick. Thank you so much for being here. As you guys can see by the title, I've spent way too much money on new makeup recently, and so I decided that to justify it, why not make a video showing you guys all the new products that I've tried. Some of these are going to be reviews. I do have a couple first impressions that I'm super excited about, so I hope that this video is helpful and it helps you either spend some money wisely or save some money. If you do enjoy this video, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel to join my squad. Let's get into it. You guys, I am officially 29. Crazy, right? The reason why I say that is because the last video that you saw me film was before I turned 29. It still sounds crazy to say I'm 29. I just got so used to saying 28. 8 is my favorite number, and I love even numbers, and so I don't know what it is, but when I'm an odd number, I'm I don't like it, it's icky. But I will say there's something about 29 that sounds exciting, because it's oh, the last year in your 20s. My birthday was September 2nd, if you guys are wondering. Virgo baby. I actually bought myself a Christmas present. No, I'm sorry. I bought myself a birthday present, which is actually the Patrick Ta eyeshadow palette that we'll be using today. That was a lot of information you probably don't care about. But anyways, let's get into the video. I want to prime today. Why don't we do a little bit of milk makeup? Because why not? Just a little bit of Hydro Grip. I have been wearing the Rem Beauty since that video came out. This is probably going to be my 5th time wearing it. It's really, really pretty and it's really nice. But I did want to show you guys a couple things that maybe I personally don't agree with the claims. The REM foundation, I got the shade Medium 7N. If you're my skin tone and you have olive undertone like me, this is perfect. It's so crazy. It literally matches me perfect. I don't have any fake tan or anything like that on. This is literally my skin tone. So as you guys can see, it's very not liquidy. But what I like about it is that it's kind of moussey because it's actually pretty thin. And I really like it. By the way, it is that time of the month. I never thought I would be 29 with little pimples, but it's okay. I'm also a woman. TMI. So I apologize if I'm just super scatterbrained. But anywho, I'll just blame it on being 29. I would love to know how old you guys are. I know a lot of y'all's ages, but I feel it's so interesting because I feel you guys are literally either 16 or 60. I feel we have such a large age group range in the squad. Let me know if you guys are Virgos, if your birthday's in September, and also even if it's not, let me know how old you guys are. I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Flawless Face. This is such a nice brush to just get the most airbrushed and lightweight type of coverage. See how this foundation is literally perfect for me? Okay, so let me tell you guys really quickly about the claim that I don't agree with the most. It says it's a semi-matte finish, and I know I have the hydrating grip primer under, but even if I didn't have that, I think it's more of a satin to natural finish, because throughout the day it actually looks really pretty. It looks very healthy and skin-like, but it gets a little dewy, and I don't really get that dewy because I have dry, normal to dry skin. And so I don't know why it claims to be semi-matte. So just keep that in mind. I'm not hating on it because I obviously think it's gorgeous, but I feel maybe if you have oily skin or combo, obviously hearing semi-matte for you sounds like a dream. Something about it, it just wears a little bit more, it just has a hydrating formula, and it does get a little dewy throughout the day. So just keep that in mind. I don't think it's greasy or anything like that, but if you guys saw my wear test, I did get shiny, and I rarely get shiny, so for me that's exciting. I just know that if you always get shiny, you're gonna get extra shiny, so just keep that in mind and prep and set accordingly. But I really like this, and I think this is actually gonna be my go-to foundation for the winter time because I do have that dry skin, so hopefully it looks nice and healthy throughout the colder months. But doesn't that look so pretty? It's the perfect medium coverage. It looks like skin. I really like it. I know I said I bought myself one birthday present, but I bought myself 2. I actually bought something from Beauty Bay. I've never bought something from Beauty Bay. I guess it's an online retailer in the UK. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I did, let's just say I had to pay international shipping for this. So there is a creator called Mitchell, I believe, and he came out with a brand called Made by Mitchell. And I saw that he came out with a curve case, and this actually comes in 3 different shades. This is the medium shade, and it's essentially a cream, bronzer, and blush palette. I love cream blush and bronzer, so I had to get it. This is the medium tone. Again, they have a light and a deep. I do think that the shade range is pretty inclusive, so if you're interested, I hope that one of these works for you. I already tried it, I already loved it, so I had to show it to you guys. So here are the swatches. As you guys can see, there's like kind of like a peachy, a pinky, a hot pink, a dark pink, and then here are the bronzers. You have like a terracotta, you have a light contour, a bronzer, and a deeper contour. And as you guys can see, it is creamy, buttery, and it does have a dewy finish. Not gonna lie to you guys, when I first saw like this launch, I was worried that it would be too dewy. Sometimes I don't like something too dewy, but I've been loving it. So let's go ahead and do some cream bronzer. Actually, why don't we do a little contour, a little bronzer, and a little blush, because we're gonna play today. We're gonna play today, you guys. I love playing with makeup. We're gonna do a light contour with this shade right here. I'm using the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer brush. This brush is great for like definition. So I'm gonna grab this and let's do a little on the cheek. And lately I've been loving bringing it down like this. Just gives you so much hollowness on the cheeks. Little trick to like slim out the neck is to kind of bring it down here. It is gonna be a little warm tone, but whatever, we're just having fun. And then lastly, I'm also gonna bring it just around the temples. Not too much because I still want to go in with like bronzer, but let's go ahead and blend it out. This is an Alter Ego 3. By the way, they do have a contour palette, like a contour and highlight palette, which I just wanted the one with the blush. So obviously like this is not the best shade to contour with, but whatever. This is definitely a bronzy palette. I don't know why I did that, but let's just forget that I did that. I could edit this part out, but like I would just rather you just forget. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. As you guys can see, I took off my foundation from here down and reapplied it. So I'm gonna reapply that bronzer. I don't know what it is. I think I over blended with the contour part of it, which I shouldn't have done anyways, because it did start separating on the cheeks. And I have definitely used this foundation with the e.l.f. gripping primer with this maybe like 3 times already, and it never separates. So I don't want you guys to think that something isn't working. I think I just maybe waited too long and the foundation like dried before we did the creams, or maybe I just rubbed too hard, but as you guys can see, it looks beautiful. I just didn't want to like blame this little curvy thing because it actually looks stunning. So normally I would go in with concealer next, but lately I've been doing like blush first and kind of like bringing it close to the eyes, like on the under eyes, and then going in with concealer and then kind of marrying them together. So why don't we go ahead and do that? We're gonna do Sweet Cheeks first, and why don't we do this almost as like a mid-tone blush moment? Again, super freaking pigmented. I mean, look at that. So I'm gonna bring this pretty close under the eye. And don't be afraid of it because, of course, we haven't done concealer yet. This shade called A Shy Boy for the cheekbones. And we're just going to put this everywhere. How freaking pretty is this? I know it looks crazy, but again, we haven't done concealer yet. And that is the point of this little trick. This is super cool and the shade range is fantastic. So if you guys are interested, get you the curvy. I think it's curvy case. I wanted to experiment and why not do it with you guys. This HAUS Labs concealer is really nice skin-like, more lighter weight with less coverage, but looks more natural and hydrating. And then this one from Makeup by Mario is a little bit more full glam, a little bit more of like a semi-matte, full coverage, not as natural, but it is snatched. And I wanted to combine them because of all those reasons. Something about this Mario one, I feel like it's very polarizing. People love it or hate it. For me, it's like, it's not the most flattering all over the skin, but it just brings out the hollowness of my eyes so much to the point where I'm like, I like it. So I kind of want to like mix it. I do have the shade 23 Medium Light Golden, which I will say, I think this shade is actually lighter than the Mario one. I really do like this HAUS Labs concealer. If I'm going to be honest with you guys, it's very beautiful. And I think that if you try it, you probably will like it. I definitely think This is more for like mature skin or just someone that prefers hydrated under eyes that look more natural. Because it is so hydrating though, it's gonna crease a little bit more, and it's also not gonna be like super blurring. But if you have like super dry skin, I think you're gonna like it. I prefer the foundation. Like the foundation of Haus Labs like shook me to my core. It is like my top foundation. So I was definitely looking for a lot with the concealer, and I do think it's beautiful, as you guys can see. I just wish that it had a little bit more like blurring capabilities and maybe just a little bit more coverage. So that is what that looks like. Now let's see, hopefully they mix well. The Makeup by Mario have in the shade 260, and again, I've just been loving putting it right here. Of course it is a little bit darker. This one, the only thing I will say is that it does smell like paint thinner. But it does have more coverage, which I kind of want to add right here. And it does look beautiful, but it definitely looks makeup-y. Let's let it dry for a second, just to get the most amount of coverage. I'm not going anywhere today. We're just having fun today. And I'm tapping very, very lightly, because that is how you're going to get the most amount of coverage. See how this just like brings my under eyes. Like, see how over here, even though we already have concealer, you can still see that shadow. Obviously, like, I do have hollow under eyes. It is what it is. But something about the illusion that this Makeup by Mario does is just what gets me. So if I had to choose right now which one to return, which one to keep, I would keep the Makeup by Mario one just because of that. Am I, like, obsessed with using just the Makeup by Mario one? No, but I do like combining it. And it just looks so pretty. Okay, and then lastly, am I talking too much right now? Lastly, we're gonna go back to this shade right here and just grab a little bit, and we're just gonna add a little bit more just to marry the concealer and the blush together. We are done snatching the face with creams. Now we're gonna go ahead and set it. For setting powder, what have I been loving? Oh, I started loving the Kosas powder again, so that's what we're gonna use today. We'll just speed through this one since it's not new. It is the Cloud Set powder in the shade Breezy. I'm just gonna, blend out any creases, use my powder puff for under the eyes, and then just a large fluffy brush all over the face like usual. Okay guys, so I noticed how long this video was getting, and we're not even at the eyeshadow palette yet. So like always, I went ahead and did some powder bronzer. You guys know I'm always wearing my L'Oreal Fresh Wear bronzer. And then for a little more blush, because I'm a lunatic, I added the Cosmetics Bye Bye Pore Blush in the shade Naturally Pretty. And then lastly, I tamed my eyebrows with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. No, that's not the butter bronzer. It's the Butter Brazilian Brow Lift Brow Gel. We love her. Okay. I am so freaking excited about the Patrick Top palette. Let me tell you guys something. Let me get my makeup bag. I just got out of town. I was just out of town all weekend, and so I wanted to show you guys. This is the palette that I take everywhere. It's the Makeup by Mario Master Mattes, and yes, I spent the money on this because it is literally the perfect palette. And the Patrick Top one looks the same, but that was my other birthday present, and it was $70, but let me show it to you guys. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is the Patrick Top Major Dimension No. 3 palette. He does have, I'm guessing 2 other palettes because this is Major Dimension 3. This is a little film for the mirror, and you know what? I should probably leave it because of blinding purposes. As you guys can see, it is an all matte palette, and it also has 2, oh my god, don't ruin the palette. It does have 2 creams, and it's kind of like his little blushes where it does have a cover. And as you guys can see, it is cool tone and warm tone. Would you guys like me to do a video comparing these two or not? Let me know if you guys are interested. They do have very similar shades. I wish, I hate being picky, I wish there would have been just one cream shade of like a cream, like literally a cream shade. It would have been so nice to have the black, the brown, and then a cream or a white, so that way you could use it as like a cut crease type deal. So that would have been perfect, but I still think this is beautiful. This is definitely going to be a first impression. I am so excited. I'm going to grab a big fluffy brush, Laura Lee Los Angeles L36. So this is the shade Trademark. I'm going to use this first. I heard that these are kind of powdery, but like beautiful and blendable. Definitely a little powdery. And I'm just going to, I think I'm just going to go do my like go-to look that I always do with the Mario one, just to kind of like really test it out, at least for myself, and let you guys know what I think about it. So that's really, really pretty. This is a little tapered blending brush from Morphe M330. We love this brush. Why don't we try to build this shade up real quick? It's the shade Crucial. I don't know how deep it's gonna be, so I'm just gonna grab it, tap it off, and then tap it on. Okay, yeah, it definitely shows up a little bit deeper on the eye. And I'm going to put this on the outer corner, and then I'll grab a little bit more and bring it just like halfway to the crease. These little tapered brushes are the best for, you know, not going way too high on the crease. Now that we're here, I'm going to grab that same shade and just bring it in like halfway to the lid. This is such a simple look that I'm doing, and I promise it goes with everything. Now let's grab a smaller brush, an even smaller brush, maybe like this one. This is the Dalton Beauty Transition Transformer. And now I'm going to, don't worry, I will go to the cool tones, but I'm going to grab this shade, which is called Classic. I really hope I'm reading these right. If not, I'm glad I'm pointing them out. I'm going to grab a little bit and only leave this on the outer corner because I am gonna go in with that black. We're just doing like an ombre eye. Before we go into the black, I am going to, let's see, why don't we just use both of these shades? So let's start out with the white and then the cream. This is the Alter Ego 6. It's just a little flat brush. Going in with the white on the inner corner and even up to like the socket of the eye. This is going to make our eyes so bright and doll-like. That is a very, very bright white shade. I love that. And then going in with an Alter Ego 5, I'm going to get the cream shade and put that on the lid and halfway on the lid. We're essentially just going to want to like marry it with the other shades. Very, very pigmented. I love it. So far I am loving this. This is like the quickest look ever. And it's okay if you get messy with the white. Just whatever brush, nothing extra on top. Just diffuse it like this. That's literally it. I'm sweating. Why am I sweating so much? Ugh, you guys are gonna see my shoulders because I'm hot. Going in with the Alter Ego 11, just a little like pencil brush. I'm gonna grab the black, just a little bit, and I'm just going to put it out here in like a diagonal position just to give myself a little more smokiness. And then I'll just like grab a little brush like this with like the dark brown shade and just smoke it out a little bit. It doesn't need to be pretty again. Well, it does need to be pretty. It doesn't need to be precise though. You definitely don't need like a winged liner for this, but I want to try out the creams as an actual wing liner. I'll take like a little brush like this. This is actually from e.l.f. It's the angled eyeliner brush. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of the black. Just flatten out the brush, like do it like this and like that to make a flat brush, and that will make it so much easier when you're doing eyeliner if you want it to be nice and sharp. So let's go ahead and try this out. Obviously you can use this as like a base for an eyeshadow, like a super smoky eye, or again, just like a smudged eyeliner. I like it. I mean, I definitely think you could get away with this as eyeliner. Keep in mind, it's obviously probably not gonna perform the same way as an eyeliner, maybe probably for like longevity, but I definitely think you can do this. I'm just going to stamp the black shadow on it, and hopefully it sets it. And it is taking the shininess away and making it nice and matte and black. I definitely think you can get away with using it as a winged liner, but I will say I kind of want to smudge it now because it's just not as clean as I would want it, and I know it's probably not going to be as like bulletproof because it is a cream. But I think if you're just lining like your lash line, this might be like the perfect thing to use because I usually just line my lash line with eyeshadow, and this is gonna make it like super nice and like stamped on. So I'm just gonna grab a little brush and I'm just going to fade it out with a lighter brown shade just to make it a little smoky, have some fun with it. But I did the same on the other eye to save time. I did kind of create a little bit of a mess. It was my fault, not the palettes. But I will say for smudging purposes, I definitely think great smudger. For the lower lash line, going in with the BK Beauty 205, I'm going to grab the shade Crucial and just blow that out on the lower lash line. I'm going to grab a little bit of the darkest two matte shades and just smoke it out on the lower lash line a little bit. And I kind of want to try the cream brown eyeshadow as a little outer corner liner maybe on the waterline. So I'm going to grab my liner brush again and just grab that matte brown shade and just put it on the outer corner. I don't want to go too dark with it. It is such a pretty brown shade. This palette, unreal. The pigment is there. The blendability, the shades are stunning. I am obsessed. I love the concept. I love that I spent $70 on this. Do you need to? No, nobody needs to. If you want to, I think you're really going to like it. I'll be right back. I'm going to do inner corner highlight, mascara, and I'll be right back. And then we do have two more products. I wanted to give a quick shout out to the LYS Natural Finish Setting Spray. It's a Natural Finish Skin Loyalty Blur and Mattifying Setting Makeup Setting Spray. I've used this a couple times, and I do like it, and it's actually pretty hydrating, and it looks really nice. Blurring and mattifying, but it says natural finish. I would say it's more of like a hydrating. It's not dewy, but it will add hydration to the skin, melt everything together, and of course set the face. And as you guys can see, you probably can't see or hear, but the mist is so fine. Like, you will not have issues with the setting spray for getting like blobs on your face. Like, you will not. And see how it is just so freaking hydrating. And then for the lips, this is the only thing that is not drugstore that is new. This is the brand new Milani lip oil, but it is the new shades. I believe they came out with 4 different shades. I got the shade 200 Cocoa Cacao. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips real quick and we can apply this and be done with this look. I'm going to apply and of course overline a little with the Essence 8-Hour Matte Comfort Liner in the shade Cinnamon Spice. Beautiful. And then I didn't fill anything in because I do want to show you guys this lip oil. It's the same formula. It smells really nice. I wish I would have gotten Lychee, which is a pinky one, but this is pretty as well. This is definitely going to be like a nice easy nude if you have deeper skin tone, and then for medium skin tone like me, it almost just amplifies my lip shade and makes it just a little deeper, which I really like. Not too much pigment, but see how it just like amplifies the look, or the lips I mean. And I just, you know, I love the formula and it smells really nice and the formula is great and I've actually been loving it. I've been using this for the past couple days. And I think it's awesome that we're getting not only lip oils, but drugstore lip oils that are nudes. Like, how stunning is this? Alrighty guys, so that is the end of the look. I am obsessed. We are looking snatched. I am truly obsessed with all the products that we used. I do have to say, this palette, stunning. I think I am liking it better than the Makeup by Mario. Again, let me know if you want me to do like a side-by-side comparison, like one eye, show you guys the differences, the similarities. If you're interested, if not, just let me know, but I think it's gorgeous. So, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!